Beautiful Kata Beach here, guys. This is probably my favorite beach here in Phuket right now, and a lot of the locals have told me that this is the clearest water you will find in Phuket, and the waves are not that big compared to Kata Noi and Nai Han just before, which I've been to both of them. This one is, for me, my favorite. Lots of space to walk around, and it's quite beautiful here. A lot of chairs, a lot of people, but it's quite beautiful. Hope you guys are enjoying that beautiful Phuket beach over here at Kata Beach. Absolutely beautiful. Got some interesting artwork down here. Very interesting. You got like a little seat up here. Look at that view, guys. Wow. Check that out. Oh my gosh. Beautiful. Looking good. Got some color. But thank you guys for watching this Phuket little series. A little bit overrated for me, but I am enjoying Phuket. This part of Phuket anyway. Beautiful. Haven't been out to Patong this time, but maybe next time. I don't want to necessarily go to Patong right now, but I'm loving this part. Look up there, guys. I just missed it, man. It's starting to thunder up there. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm just here on my balcony. Just got back to my room, but man, just got back. That's the main road here in Kata Beach. A lot of restaurants down there. But yeah, look, thunderstorm over there. So I was gonna actually go and eat some dinner, but I think I'm gonna order some grab because it's a bit late. I don't know if you guys can see up there. That's the big Buddha, actually right up there, and it lights up at night. You can't really see it from this direction, but the big Buddha is right up there. And yeah, partial sea view over there, I guess you can see from my balcony. That's pretty cool. Made it just in time, guys. Whew. What's happening, guys? So I just wanted to briefly touch on Phuket in general. So for me, this video is sort of gonna be a little bit of a mixed reaction to Phuket. Now, don't get me wrong, Phuket is a beautiful place. There are certainly it's beautiful areas, but for me, it sort of caught me off guard when coming here because I had previously been to Phuket a number of times. I haven't been here for about 5 years, so I wanted to go through this video some of the things that I've really noticed this time around, as I have been in Thailand now for over a year, and I haven't had the chance to come to Phuket during my 1 year long trip here. So this is the first time I've been here this year. So I haven't been here for 5 years, as I mentioned, so a lot I've noticed has changed. A lot of things have also stayed the same. So I just want to go through and touch on those sort of things in this video because this might be excuse me, this might be of value to some of you if you're thinking of coming to Phuket and wanting to come to Phuket. So for me, I'm gonna go through like a little bit of positives and negatives that I've noticed, and this can be just for me, this can be very subjective sort of thing, so some of you guys might disagree with these sort of things as well, so but feel free to comment down below your thoughts as well on this, because it's, yeah, as I said, it's a very subjective topic, this one. So for me, the one thing that I'll go through the positives first that I really liked. Once you arrive at Phuket airport, well, actually, there is a positive and negative with the airport, but I'll go through the positive first. So usually when you're going through, leaving the airport, Phuket airport, whether you get a minibus or a taxi or the smart bus, the Phuket smart bus, whatever it is, a lot of the time, when I went with a taxi this time, they would go through a certain route this time where it looked like, and again, I haven't been here for 5 years, but they have this new sort of route along Phuket town. They've got this new freeway or new tunnel system that I've seen that I haven't really seen for a long time I haven't seen it at all since coming to Phuket, because usually when coming from Phuket airport 5 years ago, they would go through, for example, if you're going from Phuket airport to Patong, they would go through the like a jungle sort of way, you know. They'll go through all sorts of little trees and little towns around the island, whereas now they're going straight through to Phuket town, and it seems a lot more commercialized along the route to get to like the places like Patong and Kata and Karon and these sort of places. So very, very interesting. I did not expect that. A lot more commercialized along this new path that they've got with this new road system that they got going from the airport to Patong and places like that. So very, very interesting. Also, a side note, did not go to Patong this time around, just so you guys know. My past trips to Phuket, I've always stayed in Patong. This time around though, I changed things up a little bit. I didn't go to Patong, so that might be a difference. I don't know if that played a difference in that, but yeah, that's the one thing I noticed. And while we're on the airports sort of subject, they still got the you know those little cheeky buggers there at the airport, the ones trying to rip you off with the taxis, the taxi mafia, they like to call them. So they like to, a lot of people refer to them as the taxi mafia, you know. So you still got those sort of people, they're trying to rip you off 1,000 baht to get from the airport to Patong or Kata, whatever. Jesus Christ, man, absolute rip off. I did manage to get a taxi though. Me and my mum, or my mum and I should say, we got a taxi, managed to get the price down to 700 baht. So I mean, we arrived late at the airport. We arrived about, I think it was 8 p.m, almost 9 p.m. The airport was very, very quiet. So we weren't willing to wait for a minibus, because they did say, if you want to wait for the minibus, you got to wait until it's full with 10 people. Otherwise, we're not going. So who knows how long it would have to take there to wait there. Again, this could be some sort of tactic that they might be, you know, playing to get the full price for the taxi. Again, it's probably most likely what was the case. But anyway, I just didn't want to wait around that long for a minibus in the chance that we had to wait. So we just went with the taxi, but we got the price down to 700 baht. So it is doable. If you're wanting to bargain for a taxi, you can get it for 700, 600 or 700, something like that. I would say you can get the deal for. But yeah, that's always there. That's always negative coming to Phuket. But yes, just in general. So I stayed in the Kata area this time around. I did stay in the beautiful resort, the Sea Gallery Resort. Beautiful, beautiful place. It is, they're a little bit isolated. Well, not entirely isolated, but it is a bit of a walk down to the main sort of area of Kata and the main sort of beach. It is about a 15 to 20 minute walk, and you do have to go uphill if you're coming back from the beach to the hotel. So it is definitely quite a walk, and especially in this Phuket heat, man. Holy shit. I have to tell you guys, Phuket heat is something else. Like, I've been in Thailand for a year, and I understand, I know I'm acclimatized to the heat now, but Jesus Christ, the heat, the humidity in Phuket just hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, no matter where I go, whether I walk just 2 or 3 minutes, I'm sweating buckets already. Like, it is ridiculous. And I wasn't the only one. My mum happened the same thing to her as well. So I don't know what it is in Phuket, but it's just insanely hot. This is the hottest place in Thailand by far in terms of the humidity. So again, if you can be within walking distance to a beach or something, definitely do that, because you know, you don't want to be walking in this Phuket heat to the beach or places you want to go, like around the restaurants. It's just ridiculous. So but yeah, Sea Gallery Resort was absolutely beautiful. Loved it. The only thing is, you are isolated. It is a resort, so they've got all the things there. They try to, you know, get you to stay at the resort, basically. So they got all the restaurants there and stuff like that. But they did have a shuttle van service, which I think my mum and I briefly touched on before in the previous video. But they did have the shuttle service to go to the Kata Noi beach and Kata beach as well. So that was for free. I think once or twice a day they do that. So that was cool. But yeah, you're very, very isolated. Like, you're gonna have to be restricted to Grab a lot of the time. And speaking of Grab, this is, oh my gosh, this is one of the things that really annoyed me about this time here in Phuket. I don't know if this is for the just this area that I'm in Kata Beach. Holy shit, man, this area is so bad for Grab. Like, if you are wanting to order food, or even not necessarily the Grab taxi, but for a Grab food, like, there is hardly any drivers here to collect your food. Like, if you want to book a Grab food from a restaurant, a delivery to your hotel or whatever it is, you can barely find a driver. I've had numerous times where I've had no drivers come up to accept the booking to deliver it to my deliver food to my room. Every single time, especially tonight, I've had to wait an hour. A lot of the times it was starting to rain, and I don't know if it's just this area, but Kata Beach, there is hardly any drivers. So if you are staying in the Kata area, of your booked hotel in the Kata area, and you want to perhaps experiment on Grab a little bit, you're gonna have to be prepared to wait a lot for some drivers, and in some cases you will be waiting and you won't have any drivers show up at all to accept the booking. So beware of that. Believe me, it is incredibly frustrating for an app like Grab to not have any drivers around this area, and in an area like Kata Beach as well, which is quite a touristy area. It's a popular area. So a lot of the time, actually grab food is cheaper compared to actually going to the restaurants here, because a lot of the restaurants around here are, they cater for the casual tourists. They cater for those sort of crowds, and the crowds that are here for the short holidays, and they don't really care about the funds. But yeah, incredibly difficult time. Did I mention Phuket is very, very expensive? Yes, I think you guys know that already. But yeah, Phuket, very, very expensive, especially in this area of Kata. You're definitely your restaurants where you can get, good value food. But to what the value I'm used to being in Thailand for a year, it's just, man, it's not good at all. It definitely disappointed me. Definitely disappointed me in that respect. But yeah, just a quick tip: if you're planning on staying in the Kata area, just beware of those things, man. Because yeah, be prepared. You're gonna have to probably go to some restaurants around you. Have a base restaurant that you can go to for your Thai food or whatever. But yeah, you can't be eating Thai food every day. This is the thing, man. You can't be eating Thai food every day. No matter how long you live in Thailand for, you crave your Western food, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the problem that I found. Phuket is expensive as hell, so that's one thing that, again, I was expecting, but it's like, it still kind of sucks, compared to what I'm used to. So obviously dealing with the amount of tourists here now, I'm not a huge fan of having to deal with the hordes and hordes of tourists. Like, Phuket is busy, man. Like, no matter which beach I went to Kata Noi, I went to Kata Beach, I went to Nai Han Beach. All of these beaches were full, jam-packed full of tourists. They were packed, like lots and lots of people at the beach, lots of foreigners, completely all foreigners. A lot of Russian tourists here, a lot of Europeans here as well that I've noticed during my time here in Phuket. So, but definitely a lot of Russian, a lot of French tourists. Those were probably two of the main sort of demographics that I've seen in terms of tourists here in Phuket, especially, and quite a few Italians actually as well. That's quite interesting as well. But yeah, mostly European-based tourists and Russian tourists are here in Phuket. But yeah, just I don't like dealing with the hordes of tourists, man. I'm sorry. I don't know. I got so used to living in Thailand for a year and being amongst the typical expats that I'm just it just turned me off being here with all of these casual tourists, man. I can't stand it. Like, I just want to go so badly. So that's the thing that I've gotten used to. I've had it good for a year, man. I've had it maybe way too good, a little too good for a year. So back here to Phuket, I feel like I'm in Bali or something, you know what I'm saying? Like Bali, packed full of Aussies, that was the thing there. But yeah, a lot of tourists. Again, I'm not a huge fan of that. I don't like to deal with the hordes of casual tourists here. It just makes the experience a little bit less authentic. And the beaches, again, Phuket has some beautiful beaches, but again, it's just like I've seen a lot better. I've seen a lot better, and the beaches are crowded. It's a little too crowded. Like, they're nice beaches, but they're just too crowded, and too crowded to enjoy that, especially during this time of year right now. So Phuket is definitely busy, guys. I mean, it's definitely buzzing. There are still definitely a lot of restaurants that are closed. You got your restaurants that are open for the tourists, but a lot of them are still closed as well due to the whole COVID situation, I guess. So you've got that to deal with as well. But anyway, those are sort of the things that I've noticed here in Phuket. I definitely think Phuket is overrated, guys. I don't know. If you guys agree with me, leave a comment down below. If you disagree, leave a comment also down below. I couldn't imagine myself living here. I really couldn't. Like, this has been one of probably the more disappointing places that I've been to in Thailand. I don't know why. Like, I don't think Phuket is all that bad. I just think maybe I've gotten used to the typical, you know, authentic Thai experience where I've been into, you know, the Hua Hins and the Chiang Mai's and the even the Udon Thanis, you know, those sort of places where, you know, you don't get to deal with a lot of, you still got your foreigners there, but it's mostly like expat crowds over there. So dealing with the casual tourists here and the hordes and hordes of casual tourists here and just the ridiculously overpriced food and taxis and all this sort of stuff, it sours your experience a little bit, especially if you've been living here for a year. So I will probably most likely avoid this area in the future. I might come back here to see Patong a little bit, but again, it's more or less something that I am not too thrilled to be here for that much longer. Like, I'm actually kind of looking forward to leaving, and I know that sounds a little bad, a little crazy, a little sad, but that's just honest truth. And but yeah, I'll be heading back to Bangkok tomorrow. But overall, guys, I mean, I have enjoyed my time. It's just definitely been very disappointing, a little disappointing, and I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would. It's definitely overrated for me, and I've always had that feeling about Phuket. Like, I've always just been like, it's okay, like it's not like a must do for me, you know. So for me, I wasn't in any hurry to come to Phuket during this whole year in Thailand. So but I've been here, I've come again, and I stayed in a different part. I definitely like the Kata Beach area. The only problem is, as I mentioned, the Grab is just insane, really massive inconvenience, yeah, that's the main sort of drawback for me, and yeah, obviously the hordes of tourists. But guys, I think I've talked long enough. What do you guys think of Phuket in general? I mean, leave your comments down below. I would love to hear your thoughts on Phuket in general. Yeah, I don't see myself probably coming back here anytime soon, or spending at least a little bit of extended time here. I think it's a little overrated for me, and I think there is a lot more better places in Thailand. Like, put me on an island like Koh Lipe again, for example. I loved Koh Lipe, man. I love that just chill, peaceful, relaxing island experience. I don't like dealing with heaps and heaps of tourists. Like, I'm 25 years old, man, you know what I mean? Like, you'd think I would love these sort of places, but I actually enjoy the more laid back, peaceful, just chilling on the beach sort of island places. I like Koh Lipe and even Koh Samet. Like, I really enjoyed Koh Samet. It's one of my favorite islands. But those sort of places, like, I really enjoy those laid back sort of places. I don't know, Phuket's just not for me, I guess. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to subscribe to this channel for upcoming videos in the future, and don't forget to click the notification bell to be notified of any upcoming videos as well, and be sure to click the thumbs up button on this video. It really helps out the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm very, very grateful for your time. God is good. Let the journey continue.